Knee pain is now one of the leading causes of disability worldwide, and here's the scary part. Research shows up to 50% of people with significant cartilage damage feel no pain in the early stages. Most people have no idea their daily habits are quietly damaging their joints until it's almost too late. In this video, we'll uncover 8 everyday habits that are wrecking your knees. And more importantly, I'll show you simple, science-backed ways to break those patterns before they break you. You might not notice the warning signs at first. Maybe it's a little stiffness getting out of bed, a subtle hesitation before standing up from your favorite chair, or the way you unconsciously favor one leg walking downstairs. The habits putting your knees at risk aren't the obvious ones. It's not just running on concrete or weekend sports. The real culprits are much sneakier, small, everyday patterns that seem harmless until one day they're not. Let's start with something so subtle you might not even realize you're doing it. Do you ever stand for long periods and unconsciously lock your knees straight? This seemingly harmless habit can overstretch ligaments, compress cartilage, and reduce blood flow in your legs. Research shows knee hyperextension, or locking, increases joint compression by up to 30%, gradually wearing down the structures that protect you. When this happens, your muscles stop actively supporting the joint, forcing your bones and ligaments to carry the load. Over time, this can lead to stiffness, cartilage wear, and in extreme cases, even fainting from restricted circulation. Here's a simple fix. Keep a slight bend in your knees when standing or exercising. This small adjustment keeps your muscles engaged and spreads forces evenly through the joint. But don't think sitting down is the solution, because staying still for hours might be an even sneakier way to starve your joints of the movement they need to stay healthy. This brings us to a habit that's probably affecting you right now: prolonged sitting. You might think, but sitting can't hurt my knees, I'm not even using them. That's exactly the problem. When you sit for hours at your desk, in the car, or on the couch, your knees don't get the movement they need to stay healthy. The tissue lining your joints produces synovial fluid, a natural lubricant that works like motor oil for your knees. But here's the catch: this fluid only circulates properly when you move. Sitting for long stretches is like leaving a car parked for months and expecting the oil to stay fresh. Without regular movement, nutrient delivery slows, lubrication decreases, and your cartilage, the smooth, elastic tissue that acts like a built-in shock absorber, gradually stiffens and becomes less effective at cushioning impact. Over time, your knees become less resilient and more prone to strain. Studies show prolonged sitting can reduce nutrient flow to your cartilage by up to 50%, and people who sit more than 6 hours a day are up to 40% more likely to develop joint pain compared to those who sit less. A 2013 study in the Journal of Physical Activity and Health found that people who sit more than 8 hours a day have significantly higher rates of knee osteoarthritis later in life. Here's how to break the cycle. Set a timer to stand and move every 30 minutes. Try ankle pumps. Flex your feet up and down. And active knee extensions, straightening your knee and pausing briefly to engage your quads. Just 10 reps of each can make a difference. Have more time? Add mini squats by standing and sitting back down, or take a brisk 2-minute walk. These small movements help circulate synovial fluid and nourish your cartilage. But they can't save you if one critical muscle group has already shut down, and when it does, your knees take the hit. Sitting for hours at a time puts your glutes, the body's biggest and strongest muscles, into sleep mode. These muscles are designed to act as your body's primary shock absorbers. They power your steps, cushion your landings, and stabilize your entire lower body. But when they've been underactive for too long, guess which joints are forced to pick up the slack? Not just your lower back, but also your knees. Every time you stand up, climb stairs, or even walk across a room, your knees are absorbing extra forces your glutes were built to handle. It's like forcing a smaller, less equipped team to carry the weight of an entire project. They might manage for a while, but eventually the strain catches up. Maximizing glute strength and keeping these muscles active throughout the day is one of the best ways to take pressure off your knees. Simple moves like glute squeezes, bridges, and hip thrusts can make a surprising difference. Curious about a full glute activation routine? Drop a comment and I will make it my next video. But here's the thing, strong glutes can only do so much if your foundation is unstable. And for your knees, that foundation begins at your feet. High heels, flip-flops, worn-out sneakers, even shoes that are too tight or overly soft, any of these can throw off your posture and place uneven stress on your knees. Studies in journals like Gait and Posture and the Journal of Biomechanics show that inadequate footwear, whether unsupportive or overly cushioned, can increase stress on the inside of the knee and alter your walking patterns in ways that raise arthritis risk. When shoes don't provide proper arch support or absorb impact effectively, your feet lose stability. That imbalance travels upward through your ankles and shins and lands squarely on your knees. It's like building a house on a shaky foundation. Over time, everything above it starts to wobble and strain. Here's the counterintuitive part. More support doesn't always mean more protection. Shoes that are too soft can make your muscles lazy and throw off your natural gait, creating the very problems they were meant to prevent. And remember, everyone's foot and ankle anatomy is different. The way your arches align and how your feet strike the ground can dramatically affect how stress travels through your knees. So what can you do? When choosing shoes, look for proper arch support and just moderate cushioning to protect your joints without disrupting your natural shock absorption. You can even check your alignment at home. Stand in front of a mirror and see how your foot, ankle, and knee line up. Your knees should track over your second toes, not caving inward or bowing outward. If you're unsure what's best for your feet, a chiropodist or physiotherapist can guide you toward supportive footwear or customize orthotics if needed. Once your foundation is solid, it's time to talk about how to train smarter and avoid one of the biggest knee killers. Sudden spikes in activity, like trying a new sport, tackling a long hike, or even deep squats with poor technique, can all strain your joints. When your knees aren't prepared for these demands, it can lead to overuse injuries, like runner's knee or cartilage irritation. Here's how to stay safe. Start with light, manageable movements. Give your body 1 to 2 weeks to adapt before increasing how hard, how long, or how often you push yourself. If you're new to higher impact activities or noticing knee pain, focus on low impact options like cycling, swimming, or brisk walking. Once you build strength and control, you can safely layer in more demanding movements. And if your knees feel sore after trying something new, don't ignore it. Scale back for a few days. Ease in with lighter sessions at 50 to 70% of your usual effort, then build back up gradually. Whatever activity you choose, good technique is key. It protects your knees no matter where you're moving. But it's not just what you're doing to your knees, it's also what you're carrying on them. Here's a number that might surprise you. Every extra pound you carry adds about 4 pounds of pressure to your knees with every step. Think about it. Just 10 extra pounds means 40 additional pounds of strain on your knees with every single step. The average person takes about 4,000 to 6,000 steps per day. That's potentially 16,000 to 24,000 extra pounds of cumulative force on your knees every single day. But here's the good news. A 2005 study in arthritis and rheumatism found that losing just 10 pounds can reduce knee pain by up to 50% in people with early arthritis. The beautiful thing here is, even small improvements compound over time. Your knees have an incredible capacity to adapt when you reduce the excess load. But here's the kicker. Even if you're at a perfect weight, the wrong foods could be silently undoing all your hard work. Are you sipping a sugary drink or snacking on chips and processed meats right now? Here's the problem. Those foods don't just harm your heart. They're fueling inflammation in your body, and your joints are paying the price. Your knees are surrounded by cartilage and synovial fluid, and a pro-inflammatory diet makes them even more vulnerable to wear and tear. The good news? Shifting to an anti-inflammatory approach can help your knees stay strong, recover faster, and remain pain-free for years to come. So what does this look like? Adding omega-3 rich foods like salmon, mackerel, or walnuts has been shown to reduce joint stiffness and pain in people with arthritis. Leafy greens and cruciferous veggies like broccoli and kale provide antioxidants that protect cartilage from wear. And spices like turmeric and ginger? Studies suggest they may lower inflammatory markers and support joint health. Even simple swaps, like choosing olive oil over processed vegetable oils, can support your body's natural shock absorbers. But even the healthiest diet won't save your joints if you ignore the warning signals they're already sending you. It starts small, maybe a little stiffness in your knee, or a bit of swelling you barely notice. You brush it off, telling yourself it'll go away on its own. But even minor issues, if ignored, can change the way you move and quietly speed up wear and tear on your joints. Here's what to do. For the first 2 to 3 days, use rice, rest, ice, compression, elevation to calm irritation. As pain decreases, try gentle isometric exercises like quad squeezes with your knee supported to activate muscles without stress. Then, progress to light range of motion movements, such as heel slides or stationary cycling, to maintain circulation and prevent stiffness. Seek medical attention immediately if you experience severe pain, heavy swelling, or bruising, or can't put weight on your leg. If pain or swelling lingers beyond a week, that could be a red flag. Catching problems early can save you from bigger setbacks later. In fact, research shows people who've had ACL injuries have nearly a 50% chance of developing knee osteoarthritis within 10 to 20 years, which shows how crucial it is to stop small issues from turning into major damage. Your knees have carried you through every step of your life, through adventures, challenges, and all the little moments in between. But like anything built to last, they depend on consistent care. The habits that wear them down don't strike overnight. They creep in silently over years. The good news? The habits that protect and strengthen them work the same way, quietly, steadily, and with life-changing results. Every step you take today, every small shift in how you move, fuel, and recover lays the groundwork for stronger, healthier knees in the years ahead. It's never too late to start. Begin small, stay consistent, and let your knees carry you confidently through every adventure life has waiting. Your knees aren't the only joints sending warning signs. If your legs feel heavy, cramp often, or seem weaker than before, it might not be just aging. Watch this next. The 5-minute routine that could save your legs and your life.